Dante's telling me that I can't talk about certain things that I want to speak on, and I don't appreciate it.
Oh, so you're saying that I'm violating your First Amendment right?
Listen, there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that's debate. Because that's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Where the fuck are we living at right now?
Son, it's like, you ever watch Black Mirror?
Yes, I love Black Mirror.
That's my jam, son. I love every mine is last season. It wasn't really that great.
The one that just came out?
Excuse me. Yeah. No. Not this one. The last one was that season 3. They had like 4 episodes. That's why I wasn't happy with it. It was very short.
The one that just came out was decent.
That's season 4. I watched. I think I'm on the last episode.
So it's like 7.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm on 6.
7 seasons.
No, can't be.
Yeah.
It's got to be like 4 or 5.
Like a couple of them were really short. That's why you think it's only
4
4
but that's
seasons.
what I'm saying. I swear it's like 4 seasons.
Nah, if I'm not mistaken.
Season 1, I think, had the most episodes. That set the tone. Season 1, episode 1 was wild. When I saw that shit, I can't watch that episode again.
Was that that was the pig episode.
Yeah,
no,
I cannot.
That's the first one we watched. That's actually the last episode of that season.
I swear that's the first episode.
It's not.
I swear that's the first episode.
The first episode is the contact lenses.
Nah, I feel like it's the pig.
Nah, it's not.
I feel like it's the
pig. We all
son.
watched the pig one because that went viral and everybody was talking about it.
First of all, I will never watch that episode again. First of all, if we being real, I fast forwarded through that whole part because I was not gonna sit there and watch
all
that
the
shit,
seasons.
son.
What's your favorite episode?
Of all the seasons, my favorite episode, I'm going to have to go with, there's so many good ones.
I give you 2. One of them I had to say pause.
You're going to say Striking Vipers.
That's a
crazy.
funny ass.
That's crazy. That's not even in my top 3. I knew you were going to say Striking Vipers.
You just be homophobic.
No, it's not. It's like that episode was.
That was a good ass episode?
Nah, because I like the episodes like the Black Museum episode. That was my jam.
Hold up, but the Striking Vipers.
The idea of first of all, you had me in the first half. The first like 10 minutes of the video or the movie, the episode, yes. Yo, being in a fighting game, you could do the moves and everything, bruh. Once it went left, bruh, I watched it off the sheer fact that I fuck with the series. But that episode, I was watching that shit like,
that was back in the day. That one season, I think they were releasing the episodes week by week. And I remember we got to work, and everybody was like, what the fuck? My boss at the time, shout out to Tim. Tim was like, yo, was I tripping? I'm like, yo, the episode was crazy.
Yo, son, but watching that episode, you know why it's wild? Because you can't say, yeah, old boy liked it as a man, because technically he was a woman when it happened. That's what they gonna argue.
But that's
right?
why the end of the episode was hilarious when he was like, yo, let's see.
Son.
He was like, ugh.
He was like, nah, it's not it. Because that part right there was the comedic relief. Because when they did that part, he was like, yeah, I know it ain't that. Son.
The comedic relief was him trying to find other partners. What's the dude? Stop playing.
Son. No, the kicker is, his wife really goes out there and has sex with whoever she wants to give him sex with his boy. But technically,
but that's why I fucks with the show. You do understand, even though they put that part into, you understand what that like they're getting at, right?
What, like a hall pass type of situation?
Not even. So a lot of men are having problems pleasing their women or loving their women because they're getting attached to what they're dealing with virtually. And that's whether they're following too many girls on social media or they're just watching too much porn. Mm-hmm. That's a real thing.
Yeah, I know that.
So they added the funny part to it with the 2 guys and the video game characters. I think that was funny. But what they started to allude to towards the end was that a lot of relationships are like deteriorating for those same type of reasons. Mm-hmm. And people are just trying to figure out and navigate it instead of like leaving each other. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy. It ended the way it did, especially because, like, let's call it what it was. His wife is bad.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm like,
yes, she was.
I'm like, nah, this guy's out of his mind.
I was like, Anthony, let me talk to you real
that's
quick.
That's cat right there, bro.
That's wild.
That's Papa Doc, bro.
That's Papa Doc.
Fuck with Papa Doc, your ass gets shot. This guy's a gangster. His real name's
Clarence.
Yo, we got to do it in our bowling team named Clarence. Shout out to see. Every time he strike, me and Grace say that to him. This guy's a gangster. His real name's Clarence.
Yo. Nah, that's a great series though. But like, if I had to, like I said, if I had to pick like a real truthful number one episode, I don't have one.
Why not?
Because they're all. I'm one of those. Like it's all.
No, they're not all at the same level.
Nah, they're not. But I have too many to put like one above the other. If I had to like arms tied, just because they wrapped it up very nicely. The Star Trooper episode.
When that, you know, what's funny? That's that most recognized episode.
Nah, I mean, I can understand why though, because it's got a lot to do with like, because think about it. That's the same concept of Striking Vipers, because you know you peep like every episode kind of builds off like the last thing, so like the technology is all the same kind of thing. When they did that, I thought it was cool that it was like, imagine playing like Call of Duty, and you in the game, but you don't really die, but you would know what it feels like to have that adrenaline running because now you're really in it. So I thought that whole concept was cool, but they picked a really good character to play like that villainous figure. Because he's not a villain in the sense of like, I'll kill you, I'll murder you, but he's a villain in the sense of like, you know that one kid that everybody like kept picking on and you would be like, yo, you need to chill on him because like he looked like that type. That's the kind of villain he is.
You talking about the bully from Like Mike?
Yes, that's
literally him. Yo, real talk. And I'm happy you say that because he's winning awards now. He's a well-known actor. Don't ask me what his name is. I could point him out in the fucking lineup.
He was in what's the high school football show that we used to all watch?
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, he was in that joint.
He's also the FBI agent in Judas and the Black Messiah.
That's right.
So, but he always outside of Friday Night Lights, he's always playing some villainous ass shit. Nigga, he was the villain in Like Mike. But I get what you're saying, and truth be told, most like artistic people that I speak to about that, like actors, fucking painters, anybody who has any type of art, musicians, that's their go-to episode. It took me a while to fully like grasp that episode, and that's mostly because my favorite episodes are the contact lenses. What I get out of the things that I watch, is like how it's going to make me feel, and you know my life. So a lot of what was happening in the episode was hitting home.
And that's what I was going to say.
So I'm like, fuck that bitch.
She was like, no, that's actually not what happened. He was like, no, let me see. Let me see it. Let me see it for myself.
That shit.
He drove himself crazy son.
It was nuts because and that, once again, that's why I fuck with Black Mirror, because it's a play off of real shit.
Yeah.
She was looking that man in his face and trying to make him seem like he was insane.
Like, oh, you're crazy.
But everything he was saying was happening. Yes. It's like, yo. Yeah. And she was going to go on the rest of her life living that lie, bro. And like the fact that, you know, towards the end of the episode, for y'all ain't going to watch that, you know, haven't seen it and y'all going to go choose to watch it.
Bro, that's like season 1.
That episode's like 10 years old now, so I'm going to spoil it.
Ain't no spoiler alert, nothing.
But to find out that the kid might not even be his, that shit was like, yo. So, and then shout out to Daniel, I always say his last name wrong. The British dude, Daniel Kaluuya?
Oh,
from Get Out.
Yeah, the dude from Black Panther too. Yeah. He was from the other tribe.
The episode he's in, when they have to basically work.
Oh, for like popularity, and not the popularity episode. That wasn't that one. I know when they had to run on the treadmill. Yeah, you gain points and all of that stuff. Yeah,
and if you stop, you like.
Yeah. But you can do other stuff because that's the dude. Like some of the people was like on the internet. Like you can make money other ways, but you all live in them pods and stuff.
But you know what? That's a playoff.
But I remember in that episode, that same thing or crazy happened with his girl. Like the girl he was feeling. Wasn't she like on a porn site or something like that?
She didn't do it willingly though. Remember, they went in there together. Excuse me, they wasn't in there together. He ended up meeting her in there. He started feeling her. They were like passing food and shit to each other. They started talking. They fell for each other. The dude who was running things realized that, and he gave her an opportunity because remember the song that they sing in every episode, she was singing it.
I know. I'm play that song on the loop when we on the episode.
So she was singing it, but then one of the dudes on like the American Got Talent type show they were on was like, "Nah, like I could see you being good on like the Pornhub website." And you know, originally she wasn't for that shit.
Yeah, but then didn't they drug her or something?
Nah, they just kept talking to her, and then she started to realize the benefits of it. She wouldn't have to live that life anymore, and they basically kind of just coerced her into it. She didn't want to do it.
Message.
She didn't want to do it, but she felt like there was no other alternatives. And then remember, he got mad and he was so
He went
pissed
on
that
the
they
show.
did that.
He was about to kill himself,
Yeah.
but then they was like, "Oh, bravo, we
And
love
that
it."
became his shtick.
Exactly.
So, but that's a play off of real life. People get involved.
People can be bought. People can, do things out of character that they don't usually do.
Also showing that people are literally working to live and they end up dying doing their work.
And that's why I love Black Mirror, because it's our version of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Because honestly speaking, and we got on the topic because, originally we were talking, it's like being in an episode of Black Mirror. It's like you don't think that would actually happen.
And here we are.
But then it actually happens. And then it's like, no, but this individual that, people voted for wouldn't necessarily do anything to hurt those people, would they? No.
He's hurting his own people, which is nuts.
Yes, but my favorite part is ask him to say a number of any kind. I bet you his favorite number is very big. All he says is adjectives about everything. Hey, can you quantify what you just said? It's a large number. Oh, okay. What's that large number? It's big.
He can't speak in facts. And we're not gonna dive into it fully.
No, because I got some fun shit to talk about.
We're not gonna dive into it fully. I'll just say this. And this is why everybody gets mad at me when I be like, yo, y'all stupid this, y'all stupid that. But it's obvious that he plays into the minds of the unintelligent, the people who are ignorant, the people who don't know any better. He plays off of it, and you guys eat that shit up. And here we are. Now I got people who hit me up like, damn, bro, I've seen all the shit you were saying. You fucking think I was telling you for 8 years?
Here's a wild theory, and then we'll get into some of the fun stuff. What if the Republican Party is allowing all of this to happen because after this, they're then going to try something different in the sense of, hey, remember how bad that was? Let's see what else we can do in the sense of, remember when Biden won and everything went downhill and they kind of ran with that rhetoric for a while? And then the reason why he ran, a lot of his morals, Agent Orange's morals were, oh, all of the things he did was bad. Let me incite everyone to think that he's the reason why all of these things are bad and anyone in that realm. So let me just say what I know they don't like, and then we'll run with that. And again, this is a wild theory, but what if the party itself is now saying, yo, if we let this kid run around rampant and just go crazy, we can then promote the next person because we'll say, look, or whichever party, look at what they did. Now look at how bad it could have gotten. The person that we're trying to say is going to get in won't be as bad, to keep this kind of cycle going. Because you realize since I've been paying attention, we'll call it '08, because since I could vote, that's when I've really been paying attention. All of this thing has been very cyclical. Like, it goes in a way where it's like, oh, we love it, but some people don't, and then they turn it around, and then they love it, but we don't, and it turns around, and it just keeps going and going and going.
So,
and it's just making me wonder, like, when does it truly just say, like, stop, and we're really gonna start progressing? Because other countries, even though they want to say things like China and stuff like that is they're oppressed and stuff, I'm not gonna deny those things, but their money, like their taxes, their dollar goes to improving where they live. Like, I would love to have a leader that says that and then it actually happens. You know what I mean?
We can't get into it. You know why we can't?
It's going to take too long.
That too, but the brief answer is America has to do away with the two-party system.
And you've said that for a while.
It just has to go. Things aren't really going to change for the people until that happens. The last time we had the same party be the president consecutively is when Reagan and Bush. When Reagan came out of office and then Bush took over. That was the last time a party had back-to-back. In this world, in this day of age, it's not going to happen. Only because the people themselves are too wishy-washy. Like, I think people forget COVID literally got worse because of Trump. And that's not an opinion. That's not me saying some shit. When people forget he had the power to kill shit before the disease started to spread. They suggested that he do it, and he said no.
That's not going to affect us.
And then it got worse. And then people always say, when I say that, people say to me, then how was he able to, like, he's not able to control what the other countries do. People often forget a lot of countries at that time fell in line to what America did. We were leading the way. We were the richest company, most innovative company, most billionaires in the world comes from this country. That money and that power talks. Strongest army, military. So if we come out and say, hey, like, yo, let's impose these shutdowns real quick and these certain things so we can control this and it doesn't turn into a fucking pandemic. If he would have done that, everyone else would have just naturally followed suit. He chose to go on his tirade that, oh, it's fake, it's bullshit. Millions of people died to where we're at, and it's 2025, and I still have people telling me COVID isn't real. You know how fucking crazy that is? I lost an uncle to COVID. Mm-hmm. I watched that man perish. Don't tell me COVID's not real. I've had it twice. The first time I got that shit, I promise you, Dante, I thought it was going to take me out. And I got it late.
Damn.
I got that shit in like 2022. I thought I was, I'm lying, it was 2023. I thought I was done for. Mm-hmm. So I can only imagine the people who, when it first came out, what they were dealing with.
Yeah.
You watch this man fumble that entire thing, build up all these lies centered around it, and he went, yeah, let's elect him again. We getting off this topic. You wanted to talk about something fun. As we talk about, I'm making myself mad.
See, you get so amped up.
At least I can catch it.
But you know what's crazy? Everything always happens the way that it's supposed to, right? You're so amped up and angry. I want to do this. Imagine there was 100 of you, angry, and a big ass gorilla walked in. Do you think? Because what I wanted to know,
I'm so fucking happy.
I wanted to talk to you about this shit all weeks.
I'm so happy you didn't tell me what it was, and I'm so happy you're bringing it up now. But go ahead, ask your question. Ask your question.
Do you? I don't even need to ask the question because everybody knows the question. I want to know because I have my opinions, but I want to know how you feel. Boy to boy, you know what I'm saying? You my boy, Blue. I want to know, like, if real talk, you know what's going on the internet right now. 100 dudes, 100 versus a full-grown gorilla. Who you think winning, son?
The gorilla, nigga. What the fuck are we talking about? Yo, the fact that, like, I know people joke. I know people be on the internet playing and trolling, but there's people who actually fucking believe that 100 men, no weapons, can beat a gorilla. I ain't gonna put his name out there. I was talking to my boy at the Bull Now yesterday, and we were talking about this. He brought it up, and he's like, "Yo, 100 men can beat the gorilla." I'm like, "Are you fucking joking?" I'm like, not to be rude, do you realize the gorilla has retard strength? Yo, you're fucked.
Like, you're done.
You're done.
You're done. Think about this.
He was like, yo, because I'm like, yo, the first person who goes up getting smashed.
You're done.
He's like, well, we all gonna rush at once. So I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna coordinate 100 people attacking one thing at once?
Yo,
it's impossible.
Son, I heard that argument before. They was like, yo, if we jump him, yo, at most, the diameter, like the circumference that you gotta be around.
There's no way.
All 100 of y'all can't swing at the same time. And then talking physics, do you know how much power you need?
Yeah.
Somebody can't be behind you if you need to cop back
which means
hit this gorilla.
Which means, realistically, because then you have to center this one gorilla, you're only gonna be able to go into units of 5.
That's at most.
He's fucking those 5 people up.
And we're talking about a wild animal who literally has to survive on a daily basis. Yo. You want me to believe, I don't give a damn if you give these niggas testosterone, I don't get HGH, steroids, they could be the most
super soldier
I don't give a damn. It could be Captain America coming down there. All I know is, y'all forget, gorillas got big ass teeth. Yo, like they got fangs, bro. They said that gorillas' fangs could rip through some shit on like wolves can.
And they're smart animals. They
Thank you.
They think.
And they don't have the conscience to say, man, I shouldn't be beating up these people. Yo, go ahead and jump a gorilla, and I promise you gonna end up like Loki. Yo. When Hulk was smashing this nigga around, that's gonna be y'all, son. Smashing you down like this.
So the same person when I said that, like, yo, the first person just gonna get smashed. He was like, "You acting like the fucking the gorilla is Floyd Mayweather." I'm like, that's what he did. It's like you act like the gorilla gonna just be throwing haymakers. I'm like, nigga, even worse. He's gonna be open palm slapping these niggas
into y'all. Yo, imagine you getting slapped into somebody else's head. That's gonna hurt.
They might bite you after he slapped. Yo, what are we talking about?
Y'all played Donkey Kong before?
Nigga.
When he do the ground pound stuff, he gonna be hitting y'all with that shit.
Nigga, they had the They had the simulation to where it was 10,000 gorillas against 1 million men.
Yeah.
And you just watch the gorillas just watch through all of them. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are we talking about?
Imagine a gorilla just swinging his arms. Like, it's spinning in a circle. Full force.
Helicopter.
Yo, he's going to be jumping around. Y'all act like he going to be standing and boxing with y'all. Like, that's the thing that kills me. Yo, let's say, we're in an open field. There's no trees or nothing. Yo, he's still going to jump around. He's going to run around. He's not going to let y'all, all 100 of y'all, swing at the same time. And then, let's talk about the fact that gorillas don't just be chilling. They be fighting other gorillas. Could you imagine fighting a gorilla to the sense where, yo, they be throwing haymakers at each other and don't go down? Humans are not that strong to swing that hard. You ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
Yes.
You ever watched one of the older movies?
Yes.
You ever seen where Goku was fighting Broly the first time, remember where Goku went Super Saiyan? I tried to punch Broly, he just grabbed his hand. That is exactly what's going to happen, except he's going to snap your wrist. I don't know about you, but I have never gotten my wrist broken like that. Like somebody grabbing my joint and just breaking it. You know how much pain you're going to be in? And then you want to say like, oh yeah, the adrenaline. No, that's going to happen and I'm going to be guy number 20 like, yeah, I'm going to just head on to the back of the line. He just snapped his... Bruh, and then let's say that you get slapped. He grabs you on the floor.
Yeah.
My boy, I feel like a gorilla would look at you and realize, oh, all y'all around me, start using you like a pair of nunchucks, hitting everybody around you, and then flinging your body,
even
son.
Worse.
Come on, bro.
Even worse, they're gorillas are very calculated animals. Think about it. They killed Harambe because gorillas are known. If they're gonna attack and they want more like out of it, if somebody's in like a weak position, they'll toy with them. They'll poke at him.
Get up, come on.
They'll like yank at him. And remember, Harambe was doing that to the little boy. Now granted, Harambe was being protective, but when gorillas are on the defensive, they're doing that shit to try to agitate you to come closer so then they can get both of y'all. So now, take these 100 stupid motherfuckers and go fight this gorilla. Once he knocks out 5 of them, and if they're still conscious, what he gonna do? He wanna look. He know you looking. He's gonna fuck with them to show you like, yo, they still alive.
Slapping them in the face.
They still alive. Come help them.
Come help them.
Come help them.
Come on.
Come help them. As soon as your ass get over there, got your ass too now, nigga. Boom, you down with him. Look at you, stupid, on the ground. Fucking Dwight Howard said, I don't care what nobody say. You give me 50 Shaqs. 10 Dwight Howards, 10 DeMarcus Cousins, 5 Draymond Greens. I forgot who was the other one he said. He was like, we can take down that gorilla. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up.
This is what I'm saying. Y'all thinking this is on some shit where it's like everybody, like all 100 could swing it. You got to think about this from the standpoint, like I said, of physics. Y'all are not going to be all able to hit him at the same time regardless. Because we're talking hand to hand. We're not talking weapons. Weapons is a whole nother topic. Because I personally, that mean the gorilla get weapons too. Could you imagine a gorilla picking up like a big ass boulder and just...
But all we going to do is get guns. Fuck.
And that's it. So there's another one going around. Like
get
people put their variations.
100 Chicago niggas with switches.
Gorilla done up.
But nah, the fucked up part
need
is
about 10 of them.
The fucked up part is the switch because them niggas don't know how to aim. They're gonna hit the gorilla and like 30 other people behind them. They're gonna take out 100 niggas themselves.
Nah, son, I'm telling you, because there's no way you can coordinate any kind of attack. I'm talking because you have to also remember.
All right, let's map this out. All right. So let's imagine if this is some real shit.
Okay. Some real shit.
Me and you were smart enough to try to coordinate this shit.
Okay.
So here's how I would attack it if I was forced to do this 100.
If you had no choice.
If I had no choice.
Okay.
Right? We can't just do waves of 5. All 5s are gonna get washed. I'm not one of those generals. I don't want to sacrifice any of my men. All right. So I'm not going to just send the first 5 in there to get slaughtered. We're not going to do that. We're going to have a row of 10. We're not going to circle the gorilla. It's going to be a row of 10 motherfuckers. Then we're going to box this motherfucker in. So it's going to be 4 rows of 10, right? Mm-hmm. But then the rest of these niggas are going to be aerial, right? So think of it like this. Like, you know how a bundt cake looks? Mm-hmm. And you know how it rounds?
See, now I'm thinking physics. How the fuck you about to have people rounding over like
that? I get there. You watch Slam Ball?
Yo. I can't believe I'm entertaining this shit.
See, you watch Slam Ball, right?
I watch Slam Ball, yeah. I can't hate this guy, son. I really want to see how this about to play out for you, son. Because I'm picturing this in my head. I'm saying, all right, people on the ground, people somehow up in the air.
And other dudes like,
so go ahead.
We got the gorilla box in. So the gorilla, he's in a daze. Like, who do I got the first? So he going in the square. So he's going in circles, right? So then we just start catapulting niggas.
Like mosh pit style, like you start throwing people at them.
But we're going to have a whole shit ton of trampolines, right? And then we're going to have these niggas jump in groups of 20. So now every time a group of 20 jump on top of this gorilla, right? Since we're coming on top of him, we're not attacking him head on. So now he got to do more work but that's going to be harder for him, right? But as he's now the 10 niggas surrounding him are going to rush full force. That's the only way. They're going to lose still. They're gonna lose still, but
it's gonna be one of those where it's like we learn from experience. So the story is to tell the next 100 what to do. That's what you want me to believe, son.
We fought a good fight. How'd you make it out of there, granddad? Nigga, I hid under one of the bodies.
Because you want to know my strategy?
Play dead.
I'm going to gather all 100 around. I'm going to give the best Winston speech I've ever given in my life. You know, but between us, y'all, we got this. We got this, y'all. I'm going to hype them up. As soon as you see the gorilla going crazy, I'm like, yo, don't worry, y'all. We got this. We got this. I'm going to be like, yo, let's get him. But I'm going to let them run, and I'm going the other way because you got me fucked up. We ain't about to go up against a gorilla standing on his hind legs by itself, bro. He got to be at least 8 or 9 feet, son.
Could be.
And that wingspan, I think his wingspan got to be relative to his body, so we talking at least 9 feet.
Listen,
he can hit everything. He can throw shit at you. Fine, we in the field. Yo, he might just grab some ground, some dirt, and throw it at your ass. Imagine, full force, a gorilla. Bro, he fights other gorillas on a daily. And even if he don't do it every day, he fights other gorillas. We don't fight gorillas, bro. We've never experienced that kind of pain. Imagine, he just punch you in your chest. Yeah, you all right, but you've never felt a pain like that in your life. You going into shock, son.
This is all a microcosm. And this is all the result of Trump's America. Trump is making America
That's pride and ego.
He's making it so stupid. He's making niggas so stupid that they actually believe they can go head up with a fucking gorilla. I'm like, yo, y'all ain't say a monkey. Like, all right.
Chimpanzee.
You could have said an orangutan.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I like our chances.
A fucking gorilla?
Yo, a gorilla.
Nigga, you got a better spot. You had a better shot going and catch a Pokemon. For real. And I'm not talking about on the phone. I'm talking about you have a better chance of beating a gorilla than fucking catching a Pokemon, nigga, for real, in real life. Nigga, go catch them all before you go fight this gorilla. Niggas, niggas is stupid.
That's that pride. That's that ego. Because let me tell you, I like I said, you can get the most juiced up dudes in the world, whatever you want,
and they lose.
Yo, y'all are not wild animals. Like, at the end of the day, this is a wild animal. We don't know how strong he really can be because we don't be out there fighting gorillas. And people was like, oh yeah, but remember those college kids that wrestled a bear and theoretically a grizzly bear could beat I don't care about theory. Has it ever been a match between a gorilla and a grizzly bear? I don't think so. But if there has been, I want to see the proof that y'all say, because they're going by the law of, oh, well, if they beat the grizzly bear, technically they could beat the gorilla.
But that whole man versus bear shit was bullshit. The bear ended up being trained. And he didn't beat the bear. The bear tapped out because
I'm talking about them college kids who fought that wild bear.
But wild bear, I don't remember
this. I'm comfortable saying about maybe 3 or 4 of them was
I'm
in
pretty
the
sure
woods.
it
They
wasn't
was
a
hiking.
grizzly.
Nah, maybe not a grizzly. I'm probably capping on the grizzly, but it was a bear. I don't know if it might have been a brown bear or a black bear, but it was not a grizzly bear.
It was a fucking grizzly bear.
I won't say it's a grizzly bear, but it was a bear. And again, it was 3 of them. But again, they walked out, broken bones, broken things, and they didn't kill the bear. I believe the bear ran away. So it's like you fought for survival and you survived. You didn't win, you survived. That's like being in a MMA fight with somebody and you go the distance. You got your ass whooped for 5 rounds and you survived. I mean,
see, that was a better question. Who would win the fight, the fucking grizzly or the gorilla?
Yeah. You want me to? Yo, I'm sorry. And then there's wildlife experts who are now saying like they think that 100 men can actually take a gorilla because on the sheer fact that the gorilla will get tired.
What?
Yo. Let me tell you something.
Yo.
This is why I also said
Mattel
don't know what they're talking about when it comes to Uno neither, because the wildlife experts don't know what they're talking about.
What country are these 100 niggas from?
They could be from anywhere.
If they're American, it's
up.
It's a first round TKO.
I don't know but I don't know the demographic of the most fittest countries.
I'll say this, right?
If we had to pick.
I'll say, not even because of fit. Because,
I'll go with sumo wrestlers. We go with Japan.
We're not even talking about fitness, right? We talking about overall how different cultures deal with animals, right?
I think 100 sumo wrestlers might stand a good chance.
They're not gonna stand because then they're not gonna be able to move.
A bunch of Dawson? No, not Dawson. What was the Honda? Nah, Honda. A bunch of Hondas. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, they're gonna lose because they're gonna be stationary. Now they're squaring up with the fucking the gorilla. That's first round knockout. I would want about 75 Russian dudes and about 25 Middle Eastern guys. They respond, like, for whatever fucking reason, wild animals respond well to them. Like, all those fucking... And that's another reason why people think the 100 men could beat this fucking gorilla, because they see all these fucking Facebook videos of people, like, taming these wild-ass animals.
The Facebook videos you don't see? The ones where they got their ass whooped and they can't post it.
Like, so, give me 25 Middle Eastern dudes. Give me 75 Russian dudes. We're still gonna lose, but we're gonna have a better chance.
A bunch of what was his name from Rocky 2? A bunch of hymns.
Drago?
Yeah, a bunch of Dragos.
Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies. Nigga, you're going to die.
With that mentality, they band together. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck out of here. Rocky gonna be punching gorilla meat.
Telling you. Imagine you hit him with a body shot, boom, and the gorilla just stand there like, yeah.
Listen, for the life of me, when I saw that question, because I saw the original tweet before it like blew up. And I remember looking at it, man, like, this some bullshit. Like, who the fuck?
Ain't nobody about to listen to this shit.
So when I woke up the next morning and that shit already had like 2 million retweets, I'm like, yo, people really feeding into this shit. I'm like, yo, this is fucking stupid. The post I shared was like the gorilla right before y'all tried to call him pussy, and it was the Usher. Watch this. Like, that gorilla about to go off on you niggas.
Go ape shit.
Listen, people better wake the fuck up because Trump got these niggas. Trump got these niggas thinking they can beat gorillas.
Speaking of thinking that you could do whatever you want, do you think Uncle Shannon did it?
So what are we saying did? What he did?
Are you saying? Do you think that there was
SA? You think was there SA?
Yes,
no. That's
the word I was looking for.
No.
Okay.
And listen, without trying to sound crazy, that's kind of obvious. Like, she clearly was out to get him. And what Shannon has to realize is that he has to stop being fucking stupid. This is what a midlife crisis looks like.
Yeah, this nigga damn near 60.
He's 54 years old.
Yeah.
This is what a midlife crisis look like. Because I'm sorry, and I'm not saying it just to say it because I'm not in a position yet, but knock on wood, because I hope I'm not. If I had...
I was about to say, you got a table right
If
there.
I had money at that age, and I'm living the life that he's living, I'm not fucking with no 20-year-old girl.
Nah, I thought she was 19.
No, she's 20.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not fucking. She promotes herself to be 19 because for whatever reason that's the thing to do now.
Yes, because you know what exists out there.
So
starts with a P. Shout out to Drake. It's like no.
It's fucked up. But my thing is right. And then you know what she does for a living. Now this is not shaming sex workers because your body, your choice. You feel me? But there's a different type of sex worker, and you can tell right off the bat. There's the ones who are doing it because it's their livelihood. Mm-hmm. It's what they know. It's how they feed their families. It's the ones that are doing it because they're just fucking lazy and they didn't try anything else in life before they got into that. I'm a true believer in that. And if you find it to be disrespectful, it's my opinion. You can challenge me on it. When you start like doing sex work and stripping at like 18, 19 years old, did you even try? Did you try? Like, for real, did you try? Like, you can't tell me, oh, that's my passion at that age.
Nah.
Did you try? You're young as fuck. See if you like something else. That's why a lot of porn stars, they'll get into it. Bella Anderson.
Oh, okay.
She got into porn very young. Mm-hmm. She realized that it wasn't what she wanted to do for the rest of her life. She's a fucking $1 million home real estate agent now. Did you try? But all right, cool. You're doing it because at the time it's what you want to do at that time, but you don't see the longevity in it. Shannon's ass was old enough to realize, like, yo, this little girl can't possibly like be into it. You know she wants to record it. She records this shit for a living. That's what she posts. That's the type of content she posts to her OnlyFans. And you decided I'm gonna fuck this young ass girl. Because remember, before it went public, he offered to give her $10 million to shut up about it. Mm-hmm. If you know, like, that's not something that just happened and then you gotta like try to shut it up afterwards. Mm-hmm. When they have their type of money, they have to put thought into shit like that. He knew that, all right, I have to have that type of money available just in case some shit go down. I'm sorry, there's not a pussy in this world that's worth $10 million.
Bruh, I ain't going to jail for none of this. I'm not paying for none of this. I'm not doing none of that. I agree in the sense that you get to a point as a man where it's like, all right, now it's looking crazy. In the sense like, I won't, again, this is one of those moments where I don't condone, but I think I'm starting to understand why like older dudes have those pervy looks for younger girls, because I can see how some men just don't grow up in the sense like, yo, I'm this and that's creepy. They just keep that mentality of I like young girls.
It's also another thing too, but I'll let you finish.
Nah, I mean, I know there's more to it, but I'm saying like
no. It's not more to it. Mm-hmm. It's just a different perspective.
Okay, like in Shannon's case, like, yo, that's mad young. You know, I'm in my 30s. Me seeing a 18, 19-year-old girl.
That's too young.
Yo, first of all, no. Hell no, because you're younger than my youngest cousin. That's gross. Yeah. Nah, I'm good. But I talk to dudes who look at young ass girls and be like, yo, you see that? Like, yo, you wild. So dudes like Shannon, it don't, to me, really have nothing to do with money. It's like he would have did it if he didn't have money. Mm-hmm. The problem is, like you said, he does. So the women that he goes after, you know, in that particular angle is like, you're looking crazy now because now you putting yourself in something that you shouldn't have put yourself in. Do I think it was all the way SA? Based on the things that I've heard, I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I only heard the audio from the way he was talking to her on the phone. I don't know if you heard that. I don't think that it was full on, but I think it was in a moment of, yeah, he probably does rough stuff.
Did you hear that? And I'm happy you said that because did you hear the full length video recording?
What, the 15-minute, or I think he said it was like 10 minutes long?
Yeah.
I didn't, or that was something else. I didn't see the whole one. I heard like the clips of like the snippets, or 2-minute snippets or whatever.
So the only reason why he's not being castrated the way that he could have if it was like obvious that it was SA is because clearly once you listen to the full clip, it was like you just said, it was just them roughhousing on some nasty shit. And he was putting it out there. And that's the clip that her lawyer purposely released when it was like big black guy chokes little white girl. he was talking on some nasty shit, not him actually like abusing her. So that goes back into the point because, like you said, money or not, people would do that shit. But I used to work with the elderly. I'm not trying to play Shannon Sharp out. He's not elderly. He is older, but
Nah, I won't do that.
Don't do that because we're gonna be there one day.
Somebody said when I was my birthday is like, damn, you damn near 40. Like, hold up, don't do that. So I won't do that. Even though I did that to Shannon earlier, I said he damn near 60, but like he closer to 50.
Yeah. So right, you learn in working with older people that after you cross a certain age, you start to revert back to your childish ways. I can tell you this straight up. Once you pass, like, Lord willingly, if you make it to 85 and older, you become adolescent again. So what happens is a lot of these guys, when they start going through their midlife crisis and they like are single or they lost their wives or just don't have that significant other in their life that they could have grown old with, they start to revert back to their old ways, trying to relive their college days, their professional athlete days, their high school days. Mm-hmm. That's all this is. He's Shannon fucking Sharp. He's always been Shannon Sharp. He went to a smaller college, but he was still getting ass in that college. Mm-hmm. He was the best tight end in the NFL for a long ass time. His name was known. So naturally, we know as men what comes with that. He probably got to a point in his life where it slowed down. Mm-hmm. And to probably make himself feel better, that's why he's been caught up in these last couple of incidents. Like, let's be fucking real. Even the whole thing with the Michelle chick that he went live with, that shit was no accident. Dante, you can't accidentally go live.
Yo.
Now, I see if you fell asleep on the phone.
You got to go through
to
nigga. Accidentally go on live.
This is and scholars, this is the only way you can accidentally go live. I'm on the phone with Dante. I fall asleep. Pause, because we shouldn't be falling asleep on the phone. So I fall asleep, and my ear opens my Instagram app. I start snoring. I doze off a little bit more. My face rubs the phone, opens the Instagram app. I accidentally push the go live button, and now all you hear is that's what you hear. You telling me this man was in the midst of fucking,
and the camera was pointed at the ceiling?
Come on, dog.
So this is who accidentally opened it?
And then here's the kicker. A day later, started promoting sex pills.
But it was an accident. Do I believe some of the allegations? I don't know him well enough. And I'm not going to do that thing where it's like, oh no, but it's Uncle Shannon. Yo, I don't know dudes behind closed doors. Based on what I heard, it sounded like some shit, personally speaking, he just shouldn't have been a part of. Because the way he was talking to her was like, I don't know if she don't like it, but the way she's making this recording seem, I don't know if that was the purpose of what she was trying to do when y'all was on the phone, but she didn't sound like she liked that. You need to find a woman that if you say that, oh, you nasty. Because if, like you said, if that was the case, the one that you're going to be having your fun time with should be on that type of time, because now it looked crazy.
You got to listen to the whole thing.
That's what it is.
She was for that shit.
Okay.
They released.
I got to hear the whole clip.
They released the snippet they released.
To chop it up. Okay. Out of context. Okay.
She for that shit.
Okay.
Shannon came out and said it straight up. That's why they won't release the full clip. But he got somebody to release the full thing. Mm-hmm. He snitched on himself right away so everybody can know, yeah, I did this shit.
Get ahead of it, yeah.
But it was mutual. And that was the thing. I honestly think she wanted to film this nigga fucking. And he said no, because it would fuck his brand up. And she probably wasn't for that. And think about it. The guy who is this girl's lawyer is the same nigga who just represented the girl that lied on Jay-Z.
That dude is a shark. Dude is a shark.
And he's known for going after athletes.
Yeah.
You just got to be smarter.
Yeah. That's it.
You got to be smarter.
That's it.
And then if you really want to be dumb, you can go fight the gorilla.
Moral of the story, don't mess with white women. It's like, nah.
Let's say we gonna go get mystical out of jail. Help the bear!
You see me in the forest boxing with a bear. Help the bear! Nah, if you see somebody fighting a gorilla, definitely call the police because they're not gonna win.
Nah, don't fucking call the police.
Nah,
you see somebody,
call animal control.
Nope.
Somebody.
Nope.
Call Jesus.
If you see somebody
Try
fighting a gorilla,
Jesus, but don't try me.
listen. If you see somebody fighting the gorilla, just walk away. Why the fuck is he fighting the gorilla?
Listen, going square, boxing, boom, 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 boom.
If you see a man squared up with a gorilla, that gorilla is letting him hit him. He's eating those
So
punches.
look, guys, I'm having fun. But so yes, moral of the story.
Remember how fucking Thanos was like fighting Hulk, and what's his face was like, nah, let him have his fun.
Have his fun, yeah.
That's what that tickle will be like.
Moral of the story, y'all, don't go fighting gorillas because no matter how many of y'all there.
You said you're gonna end up like Loki. Nah, nigga, you're gonna end up like Hulk.
Yeah. Hey, come out, Hulk! No, that's how y'all gonna
Thanos
be. Thanos
trash.
Come back out for round 2. No, nah, he whooped my ass.
You
bro.
coward.
I'm good on that. Yeah. So don't go fight no gorillas, y'all, because it's not gonna play out.
Oh, he hit that nigga with the 2-piece. Like,
Nah, Thanos got hands.
Yo.
That's a whole nother episode we can get it. Yo, Marvel's about to do some shit. We're gonna get into that too.
Oh, I'm gonna see that.
I'm gonna go see Thunderbolts. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. This weekend.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. But yeah, all of that being said, Sean, you annoying, but I still love you, bro. With all of that, No Talent Beats.
When I was
Bless out, brother.
a little bitty boy, my grandmama